so we're at my we're at our machine now. We're gonna quilt the top of it. Ah, jeez. Cool, didn't lose it. Okay, so this is the top. I picked this pretty teal color to actually match the back. So when we're quilting the top, you'll actually see it, but on the back, you won't see it that much. So if you have like a juki, we're gonna thread this clockwise. Yep, you get to watch me thread my machine. How boring. This is the right one. I was gonna free motion quilt this machine for you, but something was acting up. I couldn't find the thing. So we are going to just regular quilt this for you, which is fine. This is a straight stitch machine, which means that you can recreate this, what we're doing to this quilt, on any machine. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need a zigzag or any of those pretty little flowery ones and stuff like that. Nothing. All you have is like a basic machine. You can do this. This just does straight stitches, so we're just going to use basic stitches as we make this quilt. So it'll be super easy, super convenient for you, and actually pretty fast. You won't have to listen to me talking when you're actually sewing it yourself, unless you like that kind of thing. But let's see, there we go. We will stitch it just with regular plain stitches. Okay. Oh, let's see. I think I have this turned up. Yeah, I do. Okay. Okay, my machine is threaded. I have my little light in place. I have my quilt. We're just gonna sew a super easy. Let's see how easy we're gonna make this for you. Okay. Goodness. That is the middle. So I'm going to take a pin. Where did I put the pins? Where did I put my pins? Hang on. Ta-da! Okay. Where was it? About here? Close enough. Just kidding. I will check again. There. Oh, perfect. Sweet. Okay. So that's the middle. And I told you this was a little long, but that's okay. So I'm going to raise this up. Just push that back there. And I'm not going to stitch on the needle. I mean the pin. This is bad practice, but if you stitch across a horizontal pin, you don't break your needle as often as if you actually stitch on a pin line this way, and then you break your needle, and you break this needle, and you scrape your fabric. So if you're going to leave needles in accidentally, wink wink, then have them go horizontal, perpendicular to the needle that you're sewing with, and you won't actually, sometimes it just skips it while like the little stitch, so you get really lucky that way. I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to mark the center, and I am going to stitch to it. Ta-da! There it is. Right there. And actually, if we're, ow! I just poked myself. If we're keeping track, let's see. You can roll it and just keep track of where that middle pin is. Doot, doot, doot. And I can kind of feel it. My middle pin is right here. So I'm just going to stitch this straight across. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's make it a little bigger. There we go. And when you get to the pins, you just remove them. There. Ow, dang it. Oh, we're so close. Look at that. That's exactly what we're aiming for. Yay. You don't have to back tack. Don't. We're going to go over the edges anyways. It's just an extra step. You don't need. Don't do it. Don't waste your time. All right. That's awesome. So, they have these things. They're really cool, actually. They attach to regular machines, not this one. And it actually has a guide that will, like, attach to right here. And it will, like, stay out, like, 4 inches or whatever it is that you want. We're just going to go parallel to this. And then we'll do it again. And we'll just keep going. I am not doing an exact one. So, I am just eyeballing this. I know this is probably driving some people crazy. That's fine. So, yeah, I have no idea. Here, if it makes you feel better, I will eyeball this one. Let's see. This is about 4 inches. I'm going to go about 4 inches parallel to that and just stitch. Again, please don't back tack. You're wasting time. It's going to get covered by the binding anyways. You don't need it. And see, because we did our stitches, our pins about 6 inches to 8. This is probably about 6 or 7. We don't even have to go over those. And then when we stitch the next row, we won't even cover that either. So, yay! Yep, let's keep going. If you're wondering how this will look, it will look amazing. I mean, you know. Quilts aren't perfect, but that's why people love them. There we go. I am going to go, whoops, measure about 4 inches again, about there. Oh, put that up. That is more than 4 inches. Whoa. Oh, that's close enough. Oops. Yep, there. If it makes you feel better, you can get a ruler. Use a disappearing pen and actually mark these lines. Or you can use tailor's chalk, which actually disappears when you iron it. I think I might have some. But that's not why you came here. Let's see. 4 more inches. Right about there. And if you see some on the other row that you missed, just pull them out. That's fine. I'm not actually going to do the edge, I don't think. I'm going to wait. You know what? Let's just wait till we get there. Sweet. So if you see from the back, ooh, there we go. So much thread. You know what? We'll come back later at the end. Ah, good gracious. Cut those little extra ones out and clean it up. You know, it happened because we did the selvage, but still worth it. Still looks good. Okay, we're gonna flip it around. We're gonna do the other side real quick, and then we can do the cross ones. This actually is a pretty quick, easy quilt. Like if you see, it does just take a straight stitch. And even though that one goes off a little, no one's going to care. When you wash this, it will shrink up. The batting will get all nice and fluffy, and it will look super cute, and nobody will notice any imperfections. Trust me. That's why we wash them. Now, if you don't have a long arm like this, then what you actually do is you take the quilt and you roll it up like this. And then if you have a little shorter arm for a quilt, you'd actually keep it like that. And then if you want to be clean about it, you actually do this way, both sides like that. And then that way, when you're stitching it, it's just easy to grab the quilt and just move it. And then as you're sewing more of it, you would just unroll a little bit more in here. So that's how you get a quilt to actually fit in here. You would feed it underneath like this, and then you'd roll it as much as you had to. So if you don't have a nice big long arm like this. I will say I did a lot of quilts on like my mom's machine when that was all I had. And so you can make like a queen size quilt on just like a regular little machine that you get like from Target or Michael's or Joann's or any of those places, like a little Singer one. So you can't use not having a big old machine as an excuse. You can do this on any size machine. You could probably do this on a little Hello Kitty machine. Actually, I dare you. If you do that, you tag me in it and I will put you on my website. I really will. Okay, so let's see. That's about 4 inches. We are almost done. As you can see, this is a pretty quick quilt. I know I have it going fast. If yours doesn't go as fast, that's okay. You'll just get more practice. Your stitches and lines will probably be more straighter than mine. This is just to show you the technique though. You can go and sit there and take your time. I'm just showing you how to do it. But if you like want to do it quick, that's fine too. And yes, go over the edge a little bit because you might be catching the back. Don't cut right next to this. Oops, because I did it a little too short. See, and then I'm going to lose that when I'm stitching. Also the bobbin thread. When you cut it, give yourself a little bit of a thread tail so you don't lose it. Okay, that's actually kind of, yeah, I'm not going to stitch the edge. That's good enough. Okay, now we're going to go across and we're going to hatch this thing out. You're going to go bloop, 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 and you're going to find the middle of this, just like we did the other one. There's the middle. Ow, dang it. Freaking sharp little suckers. Let's see. By the way, you will get poked. Just assume that's going to happen because, oh my gosh. I actually sewed through my finger. Actually, no, this chick sewed through my finger once in one of the classes that I was first learning how to sew. I was changing her thread for her like this, and she was nervous or something. She sewed right through my thumb. That was fun. I got to leave class early. So don't let a little poke from these things stop you, because when I was first learning how to sew, I got a needle through my finger, and that hasn't stopped me. Okay, so see how I said this is the same way? We don't want to stitch over that because that will ruin our machine and our project. So I'm going to take it out to the side real quick and put it back. Center it. Oh my gosh, this actually works for us. Look, see? This is why you don't iron. That is actually the line we're actually going to stitch on. Oh, what is that? That is amazing. Okay, let's do that. See? Yeah. Look, it goes all the way down. Yep, we're just going to stitch on that line. See, I told you, nobody will even notice. Look at that. And as we come to our pins, just take them out. There's another. Oh, there's two. See? Ooh, look how lucky you are. That is so serendipitous. And just a little snip on the bottom. Remember to leave a little thread tail. All right. You can kind of guess where's 4 inches. This is about 4 inches because now we need a little square. So I'm going to take her about there. Yeah, that's about 4 inches. Get underneath. There we go. And if you're wondering if this is getting repetitive, this is getting repetitive, but we're going to show you how to do it. Oh, okay. Let me pause for a moment. See how we're doing. Oh, we're doing good. Yay. Okay. Let's come back. So that's our first. Don't worry about this. Like if that bothers you, don't even worry about it. See these little corners that get a little bit caught? When you go and you wash this, which you want to do because it will get the sizing out. The sizing is what keeps the fabric nice and crisp. Think of it like starch. So they put sizing on fabric to keep it the width and the length that they want. They have it all nice and printed, you know, right? And they keep the sizing after they iron it and stuff. You want to wash that out. Babies don't need that against them. So wash this out in some of that, like, you know, all free, natural, or draft stuff. Let's see. Right about there. A little bit less. And it will actually shrink it a little bit, and it will puff up. It will look so nice and soft and cute. You will love it. The gift giver and receiver will love the quilt. Where are the pins? Oh, I took them out. That's right. Oh, we made it a little bit bigger. That's okay. This is just a practice project to show you that I'm happening to give away as a gift. Oops. Okay. Get under there. Oh, the needle. There we go. Right about there. See, and those are about the same. Let's see. See? Kind of like a nice little square with 4 little corners. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Fuzzy. Okay, one more row on this side. And remember, we're not doing the complete edges yet because we're going to cut those off in a little bit, and then we'll stitch the edge. Right there. Whoops. That whoops will be covered when we wash it. Yay! Man, I'm gonna tell you, I really hope she's not watching this summit or this tutorial or anything, because then she'd like notice everything that I like screwed up on. Please don't link to her. That looks pretty good. I mean, we almost, we lost about an inch. Whatever, it's all good. Again, you can take your time on it. I am just showing you the technique. So I am trying to get through all the steps to show you. This is what I was talking about. Go over, because if, as you can see, look, that shifted. Here, I'll show you. Look, see how it shifted? So start and stop past it, because we're going to catch that other side. Let's see, 4 inches about there. So I'm going to start back because I can actually see it behind it. And we want to catch that. That's how we're going to later true up the actual quilt. What is this? Oh, all those extra threads. Oh my gosh. There, go. Yeah, so stitch over the edges. Don't backstitch, please don't. We're gonna cut it off anyway, so you're just wasting extra thread and time. There we go. This is about a square. And you know what? This is all in real time. I'm not pausing any of this for you, so you can actually see. Like, how cool is that? You actually get to watch me make this. I really don't know, so tell me if it's cool, because I might think it's cool, but again, I might be a nerd, so, you know, standards or something. Yep. By the way, if you forget all of this, I will put the instructions on my website as a free post so that you can grab the tutorial so that you can follow along, so you'll know how to cut. I'll tell you how to measure all the stitches out, the squares and stuff like that, and I'll show you everything. So if you forget or if you're not taking notes, you will be able to grab this free project from my website, www.quiltingrippy.com. Oh, look at that. I already forgot. I missed like half an inch. That's okay. Oh, but look, it came over to the other side. So actually, we still kind of win. Look at that. How cool is that? Goodness, where is the back? We're going to clean up the back side in a minute after we do this one last row of stitches right before we true it up. I'm going to overstitch that a minute. I'm not looking for this to be the same as this because we were making like those 4-inch squares. So I am expecting the edge row to be a little off, which is totally fine. Don't even worry about that. If you do have a ruler though, knock yourself out, have fun. I have rulers, just so we all know. I do have rulers. I'm just choosing not to use them. Yes. All right, we did our last row of stitches. We're going to cut this. We're going to flip it over. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's actually really good. I'm a little surprised. Please, nobody forward this to my friend. She doesn't need to know. She doesn't need to know how it's made. Dang, yeah, that actually looks kind of good. For quick. My gosh, that actually does look good. Like, can you see this? That's actually pretty good. You can see this, the squares right here. And they're almost all even-ish. I mean, pretty dang. Yeah, so clean up all those extra threads. Like, geez, there's like random threads just laying around. Clean them up. See these? You don't have to cut them all. That one though, we do have to cut. Instead of just ripping it, like pulling this through and actually tearing those stitches, give a little snip to it and then pull it through. See? So then you don't actually ruin these stitch lines right here. So we're just going to inspect the back. Oh my gosh, look, pins. And that's why, because I didn't notice them on this side. But when you turn it over, you can see all the places that you left your pins. Take them out. And this is what I was talking about. These are quilt pins. They're longer than regular pins. Like these are little regular pins. I think I might have another little regular pin. Oh, see, that one's a little special, but this is definitely the longest one. And it's nice because you can put this in and hold more fabric. And so I don't have to, see, I can go farther, like farther away because it holds so much. I don't have to worry about these tiny ones. I hate the tiny ones also. I like the big ones. They're easier to grab and see. So I think we got all the pins out and we cleaned out all the thread on the back. So what we're going to do, sometimes you can stitch this just around the edge, the outside edge when you cut it. I'm not actually going to do that until we cut it first because we're going to cut off this selvage edge. And then we're also going to make sure that it's trued up. So I'm going to take this back to our other area and show you how to do that. So thanks for following along for this. Let's go true up our quilt.